some real money in the room.
A lot of people, especially in Texas,
Right.
matter of fact, I'll just throw myself in there. I ain't even gonna put it in the thoughts on anybody else.
Right.
But personally, I've mistaken Vice Lords to be Bloods.
You don't know no better.
Well, so I remember I was covering Sauce Gohan in some situations in Chicago.
Shout out
and,
Sauce Gohan.
I said he
shout
was
shout out the whole TSF, man. You know
that part.
Houston,
yeah,
man.
TSF been in
Freedom
Free
guys,
Show,
man.
Hey,
Freedom guys, Sancho, man. I love you, my guy.
Real,
Freedom guys.
Yeah, he Peso brother. No, for real, all them boys. Well, I was covering a story. You know, he's from Chicago. Gohan is actually from Chicago, Ada block. I think 73rd or 79th, one of them. But Ada though, you know what I'm talking about. So, however it is, he's a Vice Lord.
Truly.
And when I was covering it, I said he was a member of the Vice Lord Bloods.
Whoa.
And Chicago must have got on it. And I'm over there confused. Like, Vice Lords ain't no...
that don't exist. That don't exist.
Blood can never make Vice.
Listen. I ain't, you know, because I got a lot of love for my brother, so I ain't going to say no name. But, man, you know, when I first came back from California, I'm born and raised in Houston. When I first came back from California, you know, they had a couple guys that was running around, you know, repping Vice Lord, but they was repping Blood Made Vice Lord, and that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So I sat brother down and give him a proper demonstration, put him in tune with the right brothers, you know what I'm saying? So they can get their shit together, and brother did that, but nah, man, you can't mix the two. We ain't no gang. We're an organization for the people. People Nation. We ain't no gang, man. You can't do that to us. Don't gang bang us out. You know what I'm saying?
Where did that confusion come in at, like a Blood Vice Lord?
Man, you know, hey, listen, okay, shout out Lil Wayne, man. I fuck with you, you know, you my favorite rapper, man, but Lil Wayne them Bloods head up, man. You know, with the What Up 5, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is...
Yeah, he got a whole song, was popping 5, nothing 5, but if it's tripping, fuck 5, I ain't got no time to shut your job.
They 5 stands for something different. Ours don't stand for what they'll stand for. Love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice, that's us. They 5 stand for something else. So when he's talking there, he's not talking about Vice Lord 5, he's talking about what they got going on. But a Vice Lord ain't no Blood, and the Blood ain't no Vice Lord. But I got a lot of Blood partners, man, that I love, you know what I'm saying?
There are Bloods who consider themselves to be a part of the People's Nation, though. That consider themselves to have
know Jeff
strong...
Ford. I mean, not. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, shout out Chief Malik, T. Rogers. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
But that was. But you know, hey man, Chief says it's okay. If the Chief says it's okay, then we gonna honor that, cause we honor him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a blood set, but they don't consider themselves Vice Lords.
Right.
They People Nation, but they're not Vice Lords. So.
Right.
But People Nation consists of more than just Vice Lords.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you break it down, it's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot of branches, a lot of, you know, members of the People Nation.
But just for clarity, the Bloodstone villains, the Jungles.
The People Nation.
Those are the only ones that you consider People's Nation.
Well, you know, let me say this, because you know these interviews be tricky.
I don't mean
the way y'all say, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Let me say this, that I know, that I have information and record of. Yeah, you know they the only blood set that's part of the People Nation 5. You know, 5 that I represent. You know what I'm saying. And that ain't no pun intended to my Bloods out there. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying. But my blood partners will tell you, nah, we ain't no Vice Lords. No, we're not People's Nation, but we do have a lot of the same beliefs, and maybe that's what brings us closer. You know, you got some cousins you cool with, and some that you ain't cool with, because y'all don't have the same fucking belief system. Y'all ain't like the same that cross your mind would never cross their fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they go. But nah, man, they're not part of this People Nation, man.
Right. And yeah, so I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? The book ain't out. But I talk about it in there, how it's like, you know, I guess it was a prison thing that took place in New York, and now you got Blood saying that, but it's really like some hybrid Cali, Chicago.
United Blood Nations.
Yeah, you got a hybrid Cali, Chicago mix.
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, in the jailhouses it get tricky.
That part.
I'm gonna tell you why. If it's going down in this bitch, right, like this one of them jailhouses or one of them farms that it's going down in this bitch. Like,
why you call it a farm?
Prison. Yeah. Prison is your farm. You're like, what the fuck is built like a motherfucking farm? Just got a whole bunch of goddamn whole bunch of motherfucking buildings in it, right? Where everybody gonna stay. But yeah, Texas, we call it a farm.
Right.
That's what they gonna build it on.
Right.
They gonna take somebody all that one body and build that motherfucking prison, right?
Right.
But nevertheless, when you're on the farm or when you're in the county, right?
Right.
Harris County, wow. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a real one. Like, yeah, I'm a real one. I love this shit. Like, but I'd rather be on a farm than in the county. Cheaper. I get to see outside. You know.
It depends on the circumstances.
Me, you know.
It depends on the circumstances.
I don't know when it was my time to sign for my time. I told him, go ahead and get me on out the way, man. Go and send me this county, you know. And it wasn't because it was too rowdy. I'm a rowdy when I was young too, so it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I don't know, man. It closed in. You know what I'm saying? You still don't get it, but in that county, I remember when I was young. You know, that Gladiator tank. You know, what floor was that? The 7th floor. Say, Jack, you're young. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. You hit that 7th floor in Harris County. You got to squabble. You got to squabble. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You finna fight. I don't give a fuck what you repping. I don't give a fuck how many of your homeboys in there. You finna fight. We finna know if you can fight or not. You gotta. If
you ain't no warrior, you ain't gonna stick on that 7th floor.
You gotta get up out of there. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what we go through here in Texas. I hear a lot of people talking about their counties and shit. Our young man, yeah. Hey man, I don't give a fuck what you hit the 7th floor for. You better not even hit that for a traffic ticket. You gonna fight. And they putting all the young in the same area. You gonna fight, Jack.
We were talking about how prison can get tricky with the politics of gangbanging. Yeah,
because that's what I'm finna get into. Like, even prison or the county. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might file somewhere on a farm where, for instance, when I hit the state jail, Pam Listener, shout out Pam Listener, you funky. When I hit Pam Listener, bro, it was only 2 vice lords there. You know what I mean? So we didn't have, you know, of course we're gonna have a vice lord panel, you know. Hey bro, you know what I'm saying? On the unit I had to keep. Hey bro, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna move on. None of that, nobody else talking about it. I don't give a fuck what they say they is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they 5 or none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't coming from me on the vice lord side, bro, don't move, or, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of you. So you might hit a spot like, man, ain't too many of y'all. So there, you know, we had a 5 panel. You know what I'm saying? And the Bloods, you know, shout out my Keaton Buck, you know what I'm saying? Out the north side, that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing bro since high school. But Buck was holding it down for the unit. But he was speaking for the 5. And bro, a bounty hunter. So it fucked me up, it confused me. And like I told bro, you can't speak for us. It's gonna have to take a people nation brother to speak for the 5. You speak for the Bloods. But when we come to where we put it together as the 5, bro, you know, you can't speak for us.
And that was before you was coming in. That was already going on, though.
Huh?
Like before you came and hit that tank, hit that unit, that was what was going on.
That's
you had Blood speaking for the 5.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, like the speakers are what?
That's who's running the unit for that side.
Okay.
That's don't let it move without that guy.
Right. And Bloods have their own speaker, right?
Yeah, that was Buck, but
the
then
Crips have their own speaker, and GD. Everybody had their own speaker.
Everybody should have their own speaker.
Right.
Because you're not gonna protect my brother like I'm gonna protect my brother. I took an oath to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna make the same decision that's supposed to be made for my brother because you was taught something different, even though we have like-minded teachings. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Shout out Buck. Buck, no, I ain't lying. Buck, no, hey, no, you can't speak for the 5, bro. I'm gonna speak for the 5.
And just for the clarity, though, when he was speaking for the 5, was the 5 considered him speaking for the Bloods? Was there a separate? No, he was both speaking for both.
What happened? He was speaking for everybody that rep under the 5, whether he was repping the People's Nation 5 or the Blood 5. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking for the 5 period. But when I got there, like, hey man. Say, man, I'm vice lord for real. You hear me? Say, man, we ain't taking order from nobody. Man, we ain't taking order from nobody but a vice lord. Gonna stand on that, and he better be somebody of elite status, or a righteous representative. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a brother that don't got the highest status if he righteous. But no, ain't nobody else speaking for us, man. We vice lord. We don't die like that. This is how we came in the world with vice lord, vicegerents. So now, I just had to fix that, you know?
Right, and I talked to a guy named Bounty Hunter BJ.
Right.
From California.
Shout out Bounty Hunter BJ.
That part. And he said that they don't do the numbers out there in California. You know, he's double OG, you know, second generation Bounty Hunter from Nicholson Gardens in Watts, California.
The thing about it is in California, which is the origins of gangbanging as far as Bloods and Crips go, the 5 doesn't exist.
Nah. Don't exist. We don't harvest over the pointers. We don't, you know, do the 5 or the 3-pointers or the 4s. That wasn't something that was planted as far as embedded in us when we established this in the 60s, the late 60s and coming in the early 70s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Crips was something that was established as a spinoff of the Black Panthers. So this is why it was Crips Revolutionary in Progress. So this was something that...
Why was the Blood speaking for the 5 though?
How I go in the county and how I go in prison, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, Buck speaking for the 5, that shit happened because the vice lord or the people nation that was there allowed it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't stand firm on that 5, you know? Mm-hmm. And there ain't no diss to Buck, because that's my brother, you know, I've been knowing Buck since high school. Right. But, you know, when it comes to the vice lord business, man, you're gonna do it right around me, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it was different for a lot of people though, cause see, as soon as I palmed bruh, I think Loco got locked up. He went to prison as a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he went to a farm. You know, bro ended up on a farm, like on a few of the motherfuckers. You know,
Gurney.
the one Gurney, you know, rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, let.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.